What is going on, everybody? It is Nidge here, and welcome to what is now, I think, episode 9 of our Betis career mode save. And today it is going to be a LIVECOM against Barcelona. Going to be another difficult game. Obviously, the last one we did was against Real Madrid, and despite the fact we lost 3-0, I think it was in that game. I actually think we were pretty unlucky, so hoping to repeat that performance, and maybe we'll get a pointing. You never know, maybe even 3. But before we get into the game, I just thought I'd show you the table and how everything's looking for us at the moment. It's a bit difficult to read it at the moment because we've played 13, there's teams in the top 6 that have played 14, there's teams that have played 12, so until everyone's played about the same, or the same, everybody's like played 14 games or what have you, it's really hard to see where we're going to be when it all evens out, but we're still 6 points off 4th, and we played the same as them, so that's a bit disappointing. Today, if we win though, we can jump up to 6th above Athletic Bilbao, sorry, not Atletico Bilbao, who are currently there. They've got 22, we've got a point more, but they've played a game more than us as well. And then you've got Real Sociedad, who have played a game less than us, and we'll go level points with them. So I mean, it's very hard to judge it all at the moment, because it all just depends how the other teams do. But we do really need to try and get 3 points today, if I'm being honest, because that top 4 are pulling away a bit, and that is our target, as you all know. So let's see how we get on. I thought I'd show you Europe as well. Flick over to the Europa League, and there's our Europa League group. You can see everyone's played 4 in that group. We're in 2nd place, on course to go through. 3 points clear of Zurich. It's looking like that's how it's going to finish, to be honest. It looks like it's going to be Spartak Moscow going through top, us 2nd, Zurich 3rd, and Derry City 4th, unless we have a big upset against us, against Derry City, where you'd expect us to be getting 3 points, and even if we only get the 1, I think that'd pretty much put us through because of our massive goal difference advantage. It's also going to show you the top scorers. Go on to the season. Not sure if we've got anyone up there. I've not actually looked myself yet. Top scorers. Gareth Bale, actually top scorer. Real Madrid, obviously. Have we got anybody up there? Scanning down. Oh, Baptiste is in 10th with 5 goals. That's a good return from him. Betis again there. Molina with 4. Not a bad return. So we've got a couple of people up there. Nice to see. Oh, Betis again there. Video in 24th, he's been our best player without debt this season so far. Look at the assists, you've got Cristiano Ronaldo top, Neymar 2nd, but Ruben Castro sitting in 3rd place, level with a few other players that have also got 4 assists and clean sheets. Casilla for Espanyol top at the moment, level with a couple of other people that we've just caught up actually. I don't think we're going to be very high up there. There's Adan in 9th with 4. Only a couple off actually, which is better than I thought, because we don't seem to have kept many clean sheets as far as I remember, but I'm recording this just after I've done the Destiny beta review, so hopefully you'll be seeing that, and then this will be coming out a little bit after. Just having a quick look at the team. Obviously this is Jonathan Dos Santos' former club, so they were talking about that in the media before the game. Now I'm going to play Origi on left wing, because as I've seen in the last episode, he's been in good form, scored an absolute belter actually, although he's not got any form next to him, and Cedric has, but he'll be good off the bench, Cedric will. Going to stick Verdú back in there. Baptiste down, Castro. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be, to be honest, that looks like it's going to be our team. No one down there that should perhaps be in there, but isn't for some reason, injury or something like that. No, we're going to go with that. Be interesting to see the team that Barcelona line up with, obviously, because I think I've mentioned this in episodes before, but when you play against the bigger teams and we're doing okay in the league, so it doesn't really apply, but when you're a smaller team in the league, they have the tendency to perhaps rest a few players. Oh, nice strike there, Castro. We can do that in the game, we'll be flying. But yeah, they tend to rest some of the bigger players sometimes against the games, in the games against teams that they should win against. But we'll have to just wait and see. Like I said, we're playing our full strength, obviously. We are at home, so we might have a chance. I don't want to big us up too much because we're probably going to get battered, but you never know. Barcelona sitting in 3rd place on 28, so if we win this, it'll actually only be 4 points off Barcelona, so we'll have to wait and see. Teams coming in. Now, a couple of things I was going to talk about in this LIVECOM. I was going to talk about Southampton and all the players that had left them, the manager's gone and everything, so we'll speak about that. Blackpool might be brought up as well, obviously, if you don't know. They've got a bit of a squad shortage at the moment, and a couple of transfers. James Rodriguez, obviously, now gone to Real Madrid, and then Isco is linked strongly with my team, Man City, so we'll speak about that as the LiveCom goes on. We might not get through all of it, but we'll certainly try to get through as much of it as we can. You just saw our line up there, but obviously you know what that looks like from just looking through the faces that I can see. I can see Alex Song playing, so maybe Busquets is being rested, but if you want them to rest anyone, it's Messi, and there is Messi right there, I think I've just seen, so that's that hope gone. Oh my, they are resting people though, I was right. Cuenca's playing, Afalai's playing, so yeah, and Roberto's playing, so they are resting people. Will that be the downfall of Barcelona? One player that is on our shortlist at the moment, the Oscar net, is Christian Teo, that's a Barcelona player. A great start. He's a very quick winger, and obviously with a couple of our players being in on loan, he's someone that perhaps in January we might be able to bring in. We'll have to wait and see. But first thing I'll talk about is Southampton. So if you don't know, obviously last season, oh god, it's an awful touch. Obviously last season, Southampton did really well. Players breaking into the England squad like Lallana, Luke Shaw, and now everyone just seems to have gone. Ricky Lambert is another one that broke in. Go on video. Drop inside there. Okay. Yeah, Lallana obviously gone to Liverpool. Luke Shaw's gone to Man United. Ricky Lambert's gone to Liverpool. Schneiderlin's linked away. Lovren's linked with Liverpool. Don't think I'm missing anyone there, but everyone just seems to be... Oh, get there, please. Thank you. Everyone seems to be leaving. Pochettino, obviously, the manager's gone to Tottenham. So, well, how well they're going to do next season, just... I don't know. I mean, I think in total, with all the players they've sold, it comes to something like 100 million. So they've got the money to spend, but that doesn't necessarily always mean that you're going to do well with it. So, be interesting to see. I don't think they've really signed anyone yet with the money. They're linked with a few people, I know, but nothing major's come of it. Early on in this game, by the way, under a lot of pressure from Barcelona, as you'd expect. They do play the high pressing game, and oh god, twisted and turning, struggling to keep a hat on it. It's just going in, isn't it? Oh god, got away with that. Went for the bicycle kick, and perhaps there is no need. Could have just tapped that across goal right now, but got away with that one, and we do need to try and push forward a bit here. But like I said, when they play this high pressing game, it's very difficult. It's a nice pass that. Oh, it looked like it's going to be a nice pass. Verdu, I haven't played him for a couple of games because Juan Carlos has been doing okay, so I've been playing him instead. And maybe this was a bad game to chuck him back in because Juan Carlos had been doing quite well, but I just thought being a big game, and he is rating or he's our second best player, I think. So oh, look at that one down the bottom. Is he still on? I think he's still on. Oh. Really came out well there, Victor Valdez preventing it. Oh, risky throw. Never mind, obviously not risky enough. The other things I was going to talk about, obviously James Rodriguez gone to Real Madrid. Had a fantastic World Cup, paid a lot of money for him, and I actually saw a stat the other day that with the signings that Real Madrid have made, if you put together, I'm just concentrating on bloody defend. Oh, good footing. If you put together the money that they spent on that's a great ball Verdu, on Baptiste, come on, get some pace. Not happening easy at the minute for us. Sorry, I will finish what I was trying to say. If you put together the money that they spent on Cristiano Ronaldo, Gareth Bale, and James Rodriguez, that is more money than, I think it was, oh god, just about get that in, than Ajax have spent since they were founded. And Ajax are not exactly a small team, which is what makes that. Oh, good effort. It's the best we've had so far this game, best chance. It's more than Ajax have spent since they were originally founded, which is absolutely crazy. He scored one from range. Oh, a couple of episodes ago. I don't know if you remember that. Similar kind of chance there, but yeah, the money they've spent. So Bale was 90 million, wasn't he? I think. Can't remember how much he played for Ronaldo at the time, but I'm pretty positive it was a lot of money. Maybe 60 million, something like that. 70 million. Like I said, I'm not quite sure. Now it's a long time ago. And at the time, it was like the equivalent of the Bale amount that they pay, because obviously as football keeps on progressing year after year, these transfer fees seem to be growing and growing and growing. I mean, I've seen recently 14 million for Barini is mental, absolutely mental. A player that's not done that much for me. He had an okay season on loan at Sunderland, and they're actually going to sign Loic Remy for about 8.5, I think I saw, and he's a far better player than Remy. But you see fees like that being thrown around. 14 million for Remy, for got that made Barini. 50 million for David Luiz, obviously, is another recent-ish one. Just absolute crazy money. And it's like these days, a £30 million transfer just, a £30 million transfer just isn't a shock anymore. It's just like standard for any decent player. I mean, talking about Southampton, Justin Schneiderlin is rumoured to be leaving. Dropped to force that through there. And I think I saw that they wanted 27 million for him. And you look at it and you think, Schneiderlin, has he ever done anything really? He's had a good season for Southampton. Good, not amazing, good. And that's the only season he's ever played in the Premiership. And, well, it's not a lot, that's a lot. But you just think, that doesn't justify £27 million. And obviously, I'm not saying that someone's going to pay that much for him, but to even be able to put a label on him of that much is crazy. See if we can get this out wide out. Go on, Origi, use that half-decent pass. God, it's awful. The only positive I can take so far in this game is the one chance... Can we get a corner for... Oh dear, Victor Valdez. He's had a nightmare. In the last episode we had the game where the keeper just didn't do anything when the ball was hit to him, and that was very similar there, just awful. Not a great corner there. Please get to that, please get to that. Stop the counter. Oh God, the passing's been appalling in this game. It seems to be what happens when you play the bigger teams. Sometimes you can just struggle to get your passing end going. It's like the game favours them, and rightfully so, because they're a better team, and that's how you've got to represent it when you're playing in-game. You've got to make your players almost as if they're nervous about the occasion, so stuff might not happen as smoothly as it would in other matches. But like I say, for all Barcelona's play, touch wood, I don't know why I'm about to say this, but they've not threatened us too much. They've had a couple of through balls that have nearly come off, but the best chance of the game without doubt has been ours. Oh God, Xavi. It's a goal kick, well defended, coming up to half time now, and like I said, they've not done a lot. You know, you're playing Barcelona, they're not going to be crossing in the ball very often as well, which is, when they go down the wing, they can be sometimes easier to deal with, because, you know, 9 times out of 10 they're just going to try and cut back, but other times that cut back can be quite late. Look at the 1-2 on the go here, Video. We can get this in there. Where's Baptiste? Come on. Oh, he's asking all of him there. Get that back out top. That's a nice ball that first time. Oh, a bit harsh really, because we had a chance to get a shot away there. I think had a cut inside, but Roberto tried that overhead kick clearance, stamped on my player's head, and he's ended up injuring himself somehow doing that. God knows how that happened, but never mind. It's not the best thing really. I was going to say, yeah, because Sergio Roberto, one of their worst players that they've been playing in this game, resting people, and they've ended up bringing on bloody Iniesta for him, so it doesn't favour us at all. Just play it back to Origi, but that is half time. Not a bad half. Like I say, if I can get a point here against Barcelona, I'd be more than happy. They're a top team, as we all know. What tends to happen in these games is, because the rest of the better players, they've only had one shot. Really good defending from us, but as the game goes on, they tend to slowly throw on the better players, so don't be surprised if, like, it's still 0-0, or I take the lead if they straight away chuck on, like, Neymar and people like that, perhaps Fabregas in the middle, and really up the ante. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but at the minute, like I said, we're dealing very, very well with the threat that they've got. Got a chance here. Good place to win the ball. Look down the bottom. This is a chance. Origi, going to cut this back to the edge. Oh, it's not the player I wanted, but I still got a shot away. Yes, get in there. 1-0 up. Great finish. Who even is that? I don't know, but took that really, really well. The original cutback. Verdu, that is what you call a masterstroke managerial decision. Was going to stick with Van Carlos. Ended up putting Verdu back in the team, and he showed me why he should stay there. Pulled it back. It wasn't actually meant for him in the first place, but went to him nevertheless. Pulled it back across Valdez, and this is a great finish. Look at this, back across the keeper. Oh, I think it's Poyle. They nearly got the block away, but not to be. And we're 1-0 up against Barcelona. This would be our best result of the season so far, without doubt, if we were to hold on here. But like I say, I was talking just about them bringing the better players on, and it's more than likely now that they'll just step their game up massively, and we're going to be in for 40 minutes of being absolutely bombarded, I'd imagine. Oh God, straight away. God. This is going to be I'm tempted to go to defensive, but eye up. Back up top. Please get this, please don't let that run out. It's awful. It's meant to be to the other guy overlapping up top. I was going to say, I would normally prop stick it on defensive, but if you stick it on defensive, you know that we're going to be on the back foot even more, so dealt well with Messi. Trying to turn inside and give him the free kick there. They're only going to end up playing this short, you can guarantee. Will he play it quick? Yep, there we go. Tried to mark the wall up, but obviously not well enough. Oh God, that's a bad tackle. He's not going to cross it in, is he there? That's what I mean, it's weird when you play Barcelona. Look at this, 9 times out of 10 when you're playing against the team there, we'll just whip that ball in there. But you know, or they know, if they whip it in, Messi's not the biggest, and once again the attack just fades away. And this is why Barcelona can sometimes not be... I don't want to say anything because I know if I say anything they'll score, but if you're playing Real Madrid there, they've got just as good players, if not better than Barcelona. And in that situation, they'll whip it in the box. There'll be someone like Benzema, perhaps Ronaldo in the box, and there's a good chance that they'll just header it in. This is a nice move. Down again by the bottom. Ruben Castro, come on son, you've got the legs on Montoya. Maybe he hasn't. I've done really well there, that. Open in the middle again. Oh, poor cross. Might check on Cedric for Origi soon, just to get that a bit more pace down the line, just to run at Barcelona. Because what you need at this point is when you win the ball, don't give it away quickly, and when they push forward, you know that they're going to be leaving gaps at the back, so you want to try to counter-attack if you can. But look at this, I'm trying to play it out and just closing all the doors. One in the middle there that will take. Nice, played that out well. Go on, keep that in. Well played. That's what we need to do, keep possession well. Manage the game if we can, but like I said, it's going to be very difficult. Oh god, the ref's in the way. But it's played to our advantage a little bit, I think. Over the top ball. Take his first time. Oh, that was a chance. You dick. Oh god, I said Fabregas was going to come on, and the commentator just said he was warming up. There you go. Called it early. I don't know who that was. I think it was video. Can't mind too much here coming on for Song. A bit more attacking, but that could have been 2-0, and they would have struggled to come back into the game that way. 2-0, you know, even if they score 1, we could have held on a bit more, but still at 1-0, I still fancy them to score at some point, but that's pretty awful, and that is what we need. Keep possession. If they keep on giving it away like that, that plays massively into our hands. Be a huge win if we can get it, but oh god. Try not to lose possession. Is that an easy ball there? Oh, that's nice football to play out there. This is Video as well. Pace for days. Taking on Xavi. Xavi is never going to keep up with him. Video, he's been doing so well this season. Oh, I tried to sort of step over and come back inside, but just took a big touch in the end. It wasn't good enough. I think next time the ball goes out, we'll make a sub. Oh, dominating this game. They're trying to lump it forward a bit there, which you don't see Barcelona doing very often, trying to get the ball pumped from back to front as quick as they can, and we're just too big at the back for Messi and Co to deal with. Well, they've signed a couple of people in real life, haven't they? Actually, I think they've signed Jeremy Mateo. Obviously, they've signed Suarez, so Suarez not adding much to the height from, but Mateo is, I think he's a left back that can play centre back, and he's quite tall as well, so that adds to that. Oh, it's a great tackle. Verdu, he's played really well in this game, got the important goal, and that just disrupts the possession that we're starting to build. Is he going to get that in? No, so we'll make the sub now. 75 minutes in, still 1-0 up. Right. Cedric's going to come on for the pace, just to try and run at them on the counter. Reyes, a bit more defensive than Nosa, so we're going to chuck him on, and we're going to chuck on Molina for Baptiste, because Castro's had a good game, and that'll give us a bit more height to lump it forward, and perhaps if we get a corner at this point now, big chance to swing the game our way, so a bit more defensive, and I am going to go defensive as well. Could regret that decision, we'll have to wait and see, but there's 15 minutes left, a 1-0 up against Barcelona. You can't not go defensive, can you really? Oh god, they're stepping it up, Great tackle again. Oh, Neymar's here as well, the ball team on. Try to cross it in, and that's what's going to happen when they cross it. We're going to deal with that. Cedric, this is what we're needing for. Get running down the bottom, Cedric. Play that ball. This is what we're needing for. Off the bench, fresh legs. Is Molina in there? Is that Molina? Please be Molina. Oh, could have been, but he didn't bloody win it either way. I was going to talk about Isco potentially joining Man City. That's been spoken about a little bit, but this game is needs too much concentration for me to be talking at this point. No! Great. Reyes brought him off the bench, and that's what he does. He's got a high defensive work rate. We're on defensive as well, so you just know he's going to be sitting deep. Oh, please get that. Oh, you spaz. Could have got that and played it up top, but never mind. 83rd minute. Oh god, I'm getting really nervous now. Oh god, that was a bad tackle. That's a bad tackle. Oh god, they're getting in behind. Oh god. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is mad. Oh, it's a goal kick as well. This is all going into our hands. I'm not going to play it short. I was going to play it short. It's not worth it. Get it forward. We should be able to win these headers. Oh, no. Come on, hold on. Oh, you got to be following him there, Cheeky. You've been so good lately. It's Neymar, though. Oh, Cheeky just dealing with Neymar like a boss. You can see it's a throw-in, but you can live with that. It's getting to the point in the game now as well. Even if they score, it's looking like they're never going to get better than a draw. So, oh God, I don't want to say that, do I? Why have I said that? Why have I said that? Why have I said that? We get her out. Yeah, it looks like at the minute the worst case scenario we're going to be getting a draw, which is still a great result. We're going to pace to Cedric, and we are going to just run this down the line. Look at that pace, they can't deal with it. Dink it back. Oh, you got running to the defender in the 90th minute. This is looking like it could be a really good result. Come on, ref, blow up, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. We've won that header. We can do this. We've got this, lads. I think we've got it. As long as we don't give the ball away stupidly now, this is going to be a win against Barcelona. Yes, that is a fantastic result, boys. We needed a win, I said before the game. Didn't expect to get one. I thought a draw would have been a great result, which it would have been, but we have beaten Barcelona 1-0. Verdu, the big man, coming up with the big moment. Took the chance really well. If you look at the stats, we probably deserved the win. It was a bit of a dull game shots-wise, but there was lots of half chances and that kind of thing where people just couldn't get shots away. So, but anyway, at the end of the day, if we beat Barcelona, I couldn't care if it was a dull game. That's a fantastic result. Let's have a look where that does for us in the table. Like I say, it should push us up to 6 at least, and that's exactly what it's done. But look at that. Sociedad have only played 12, so it's not really a fair reflection at the minute, is it? Well, look at the teams below us, and 2-point gap to Bilbao and a 4-point gap to Sevilla now. So, like I say, we need to get a run going now. And for our 4th, we're 3 points off 4th, but they've obviously played a game less than us. Sorry. Atletico Madrid are more realistic, so they played the same amount of games as us, but they're 5 points clear of us. But look at Real Madrid at the top at the moment. Played 14, won 13, drawn 1, not yet lost. 40 points, 11 points clear of Atletico Madrid in second, so they are looking like they're going to be winning this league at an absolute canter at the moment. But that's a fantastic result. Really glad I played that on the LIVECOM now, because that's what you want to see, these big results. I will show you our shortlist actually at the moment while I'm here, because what date are we on at the moment? The 29th of what? November. So we're only a month away from December pretty much. Oh, pardon me. How do you get to this now? Shortlist? Yeah, shortlist. These are some players that I was looking at. Keylor Navas valued at 2 million. I think could be a good buy as a goalkeeper. He's the player that had a good game against us with Elche, worth 2 million. Bit old, but he could do a job for us again. Susaeta, worth a bit more. I don't think we'll be able to afford him, but his form's bad, so he'll be worth a bit less than that. Dos Santos, well out of our budget. Eduardo, the ex-Arsenal striker, worth 2 million. He's only content. His form's okay. I think we could get him for 2, maybe a little bit over, and that might be a good sign as backup. Munyain, player that I do like a lot, a young player, and he becomes really good on this game, but I don't know again whether we'll be able to afford him. It really just depends on what happens in the transfer market, because if we sold someone like Castro, if a bid came in for Castro now, I think I would accept it, even though he's the 3rd top assister, because of his age. I think someone could fill that void, and if we got good money, we could bring in someone a little bit better. Perhaps we'll have to just wait and see. But if you guys can think of anyone that we could perhaps bring in January, let me know. It gives me some ideas of good players that I might have not perhaps thought of. Another player I was thinking of, and he's going to be well out of our budget, was Samir Nasri. I was wondering if he was playing a lot at Man City. I'll get a scout report on him now, but that is going to be the end of this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. It means a lot to me if you could leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you enjoyed this episode and that fantastic win against Barcelona, but I shall see you again next time. Thank you very much for watching. Nidge out.